just filming this as a video because, you know, I'm very enthusiastic about RB battles. I want to see this thing happen. I want to help make this thing happen, you know, if I can. Whole community wants to see this thing happen. It's the best Roblox event in years, right? Few things to your point. Number one, I don't think the game has to be dramatically different, right? Like, you've got a solid game. I don't think it makes sense to just use it for what is essentially one episode at the end and then, you know, kind of like scrap it, redo it every time. I think you could use it, even if, you know, maybe add a few updates here and there, add a mini game here or there. But even if not, even if it is the exact same, it'd still be different because the final battle would, yeah, be in RB battles, but, or the final episode, right? We'd all be competing in RB battles. But the contestants would be the same. It wouldn't be the same order of mini games. It'd be a little bit different each time. It's like Squid Game, right? Yeah, the first few mini games on each Squid Game are different, but the last game is always Squid Game, right? So it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it'd be fine if you reuse the game that you already have. Plus, you already spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars on it. Might as well use it, right? So at that point, the only thing that you'd have to do is make a new final battle segment, right? And then, of course, the editing and you know, actual recording of the videos, which at that point I think would be entirely doable with community funding. Throw up a GoFundMe, get a bunch of YouTubers in, chip in, help out. I'd help out 100%. You know, throw in a sponsor. You could easily find a sponsor for like 50,000 plus for an event like this, right? I think it's 100% doable, completely community funded with a sponsor. I don't think you'd have to pay anything out of pocket. Maybe I'm completely off the mark, but I don't know, it seems doable. And then on the topic of like game, you know, development costs and stuff, I think if you like, again, maybe I'm completely wrong here, right? You know more than me in this, but like if you got a group of developers together and you're like, hey, let's remake the final battle, but make a new version of it, right? How long would that take? 3 months? Great. You've got 3 months. Get a team of respectable developers, like, you know, 3 months. It takes 3 months. Set some deadlines every week. Have like, okay, we need to be at this mark. If we're not at this mark, then, you know, then we're going to get new developers, right? Maybe I'm too harsh. Maybe I'm just completely off the mark here because I've no idea what I'm talking about here. But like, I feel like that's doable, right? I feel like there's got to be some level of containment so that costs don't just start eating away. Because the thing is, right, whenever you're making anything, game, video, whatever, like you can keep going up and 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 up. I mean, look at a bunch of Roblox games. Like Jailbreak had this problem to a point, right, where like they just kept adding so much stuff that it just got so far out of control. And it's the same thing here, right? Budget can get out of control so fast because it's like sky's the limit. You could add anything, right? There's always a way to make it better. So like I feel like at some point you just gotta cap it off. Be like, okay, here's the features we want. Here's what we're gonna do. We can't do this right now. We'll save this for next time. But like, here's what we're gonna do right now, and this is how much it's gonna cost. This is how long it's gonna take to make. Right? I don't know. In my head, that makes sense. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Feel free to just say I'm wrong, like 100%. I'm just trying, to do whatever I possibly can to make this thing happen, right? Or at the very least, right, you could even do, you know, maybe like mini seasons or something like that. You know, maybe season 4 isn't the next thing. Maybe it's season like 3B. Maybe it's like maybe it's a half season. So instead of like 12 videos, maybe it's 6 videos. Maybe there's a little small, tiny final battle, right? Maybe instead of finding 3 items, it's 1 item, you know. I feel like there's ways to, you know, scale it down, scale it proportionally to, you know, however much funding and budget you have, you know, at any given time. And then, of course, like you said, there is the part of how do you make this, how do you make this self-funding? How do you make it so that RB Battles is a series that every season makes its money back and more, so you can continue to make more and more, you know, more and more seasons. I think at that point, it probably does just come down to game monetization. I don't really know how you could monetize the game to, you know, I'm the wrong person to ask when it comes to game monetization, clearly, right? So don't ask me. I can't help you on that front. But I don't know. I'm just kind of yapping at this point. But I feel like there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. I feel like there's got to be a way. I feel like there's got to be a way.